Tree Beyond Babylon Book 16. The Blueprint of Divine Order, the Spiritual Code of Wealth and Power. Chapter 1. In the beginning was order. Before light burst from silence, before atoms learned to dance, there was order. God spoke sequence into chaos and called it good. Every star found its orbit, every wave its rhythm. Nothing was random. Creation itself was a code of alignment, faith translated into form. Humanity was designed inside that same code. When we move in rhythm with divine structure, the world opens like a door already waiting to be pushed. People mistake freedom for disorder, but real freedom is harmony. A bird may glide anywhere, yet it stays lifted by unseen law, gravity balanced by wind. That is how divine order works. It never limits, it teaches the flight pattern of power. Those who understand that pattern rise above noise, building empires that echo eternity. God's blueprint has always been hidden in plain sight, written across roots, rivers, and relationships. We don't invent order, we remember it. Chapter 2. The Law of Alignment. Everything begins to work when the inside matches the outside. Prayer without preparation is noise. Preparation without faith is vanity. Alignment is when spirit, thought, and action breathe in unison. That is the point where miracles look like mathematics. The reason some chase blessings and never catch them is not lack of favor, it's misalignment. You can't tune into divine frequency while vibrating on fear. When your heart habits and hustle line up with heaven, resources stop hiding, calls come, doors open, strangers help. Alignment bends probability. The same way a compass finds north, your life starts pointing home. The law of alignment is merciful. The moment you correct your direction, momentum restarts. No shame needed, just adjustment. God doesn't punish misalignment, He invites calibration. The sooner you tune, the sooner you move. Chapter 3. The Energy of Obedience. Obedience isn't slavery, it's synchronization. The seed that breaks the soil doesn't argue with sunlight, it simply opens. In obedience there is acceleration. When God gives an instruction and you act without delay, you collapse time. Every testimony of sudden success hides years of quiet obedience. What looks like overnight glory is just the harvest of disciplined yeses. Obedience generates spiritual electricity. It turns faith into motion and motion into manifestation. The reason many feel powerless is because they short-circuit instruction with doubt. They pray for light but refuse to flip the switch. True obedience is creative participation, doing your part in divine co-engineering. The obedient become architects. They help God build reality brick by brick. In that obedience is energy that never runs dry. Chapter 4. The Currency of Character. Money moves fast, but character decides direction. A man's word is still worth more than a vault. Reputation is the invisible credit line heaven uses to transfer opportunity. When you keep your promises, unseen forces cosign your name. People start trusting you without knowing why. That's spiritual credit. Character doesn't make you perfect, it keeps you accountable. When storms hit, money hides, but integrity floats. The world remembers who stood tall when easy profit bowed. Every time you tell the truth when lying would pay better, you deposit into divine currency. And when the system shakes, that invisible wealth converts into favor, partnership, protection. Character is compound interest on the soul. Chapter 5. The System of Service. Service is the engine of abundance. God designed the universe to reward usefulness. The sun serves the planet, the tree serves breath, the bee serves bloom. Humanity forgets that service is not humiliation, it's participation in God's economy. To serve is to circulate blessing. What you give multiplies, what you hoard decays. When you serve sincerely, your name becomes seed in other hearts. You grow influence without advertising. That is divine marketing. People remember how you made them feel before they remember what you sold. Service opens channels that money alone cannot build. Every act of generosity rewires the field around you, pulling provision from directions you never saw coming. The system works because it was coded in love. Chapter 6. The Power Grid. Faith, Focus, and Flow. Faith is the generator, focus is the wiring, flow is the current. Disconnect one, and the power flickers. Faith sees what isn't, focus holds attention until it is, flow keeps momentum once it appears. Together they form the grid that powers destiny. Most people have faith for a week, focus for a day, and flow for a moment. The masters stretch all three into lifestyle. Faith without focus leaks energy, focus without flow burns out, flow without faith becomes ego. But when they intertwine, you operate like water guided by lightning, soft yet unstoppable. That is divine electricity, consistent belief, disciplined vision, effortless motion. Chapter 7: The Kingdom Code of Wealth. Wealth is not accumulation, it's circulation under divine governance. God never made scarcity, humans did by blocking flow through greed. True wealth multiplies community. It builds infrastructure that feeds bodies and ideas. The Kingdom Code is simple: create value, honor exchange, recycle blessing. Time, energy, and integrity are the three original currencies. Spend them wisely and financial wealth follows like shadow, but waste them chasing applause and gold turns to dust. The rich in spirit understand stewardship. They know money is a messenger, not a master. When you treat each dollar as a tool of purpose, you invite more tools. The universe trusts a good builder. Wealth under divine order feels peaceful, not pressured. It doesn't scream, it hums. It leaves room for Sabbath, laughter, and legacy. The moment your wealth steals rest, it ceases to be wealth, it becomes bondage. Remember, the richest soil is still humble dirt. Stay grounded. Chapter 8: Temptation, Tests, and the Threshold. Every builder reaches a gate guarded by temptation. Before expansion, the spirit gets examined. The test is never about possession, it's about position. Can you hold power without worshipping it? Can you taste success without forgetting source? Temptation arrives as shortcuts: money without mission, fame without discipline, pleasure without purpose. Passing the test means choosing process over instant glory. Gold proves itself in fire, so do souls. Every delay conceals design. What you call waiting, heaven calls seasoning. When the test ends, you step into threshold, new authority earned through endurance. That is how God protects blessings, by maturing the hands that hold them. Chapter 9: The Architecture of Loyalty. Loyalty is the invisible steel inside every kingdom. It holds families, teams, and nations together when storms hit. Betrayal looks efficient, but it always bankrupts spirit. God himself built loyalty into DNA, the way blood defends the body, the way roots hold soil. To be loyal is not to be blind. It's to stay faithful to truth even when convenient lies appear. In every circle, loyalty decides longevity. Teams crumble not from failure but from fractured trust. You can rebuild a wall, not a word once broken. That's why loyalty outvalues everything. It's the covenant glue of divine order. When people find a loyal soul, they rest easier, dream bolder, and give freer. Loyalty multiplies confidence. Confidence multiplies creation. Whole civilizations have risen or fallen on that single virtue. Protect it like oxygen. Chapter 10: The New Genesis. Now we stand at the edge of a new dawn. Humanity has technology without tenderness, data without discernment, wealth without wisdom. The next renaissance will not be about gadgets, but governance of spirit. The new Genesis begins when individuals remember divine order and build from love outward. Families become enterprises of faith. Communities become ecosystems of cooperation. Nations learn that dominance without compassion collapses. The blueprint of divine order is not a religion, it is remembrance that all power flows from purpose and all purpose flows from God. One world, one source, infinite supply. The same breath that made galaxies lives inside human lungs. That is the ultimate economy, energy exchanged through intention. When gratitude becomes culture and integrity becomes infrastructure, poverty dissolves like night before sunrise. The new Genesis is not coming, it's here, born in every act of alignment, obedience, service, and loyalty. The tree planted in Book 15 now bears fruit. Its roots drink faith, its branches feed nations. So give thanks to the Creator of heavens and earth. Build systems that serve life. Circulate wealth with holiness. Remember that resources are unlimited because God's imagination never ends. This is the code. Faith is the blueprint. Order is the foundation. Love is the architect. Loyalty is the law. And you are the builder. Go forth and construct heaven on earth. End of Book 16, Tree Beyond Babylon. The blueprint of divine order, the spiritual code of wealth and power.